Hey guys, present here, my profiling my pure Shaddoll deck for May 2020 format. It's a deck that I really loved as soon as they posted that they are making a structure deck about it. I really wanted to pick it up because I've looked at the deck for a long time. It was just too expensive, and now a construct of 3. Deck is really good. This deck isn't playing Invoked at all. Like I said, it's just a pure deck, but I do like a lot of my card choices, and I hope you guys too. Start off, we play 3 Shaddoll Wendy. She's really good. They're all flip effect monsters. She's flipping a special summon a Shaddoll from your deck and face up or face down defense. And then, sent to the grave by a card effect, you can special summon a Shaddoll from your deck and face down defense position, which is really cool. So she kind of gets your combos going. And she's a psychic and a wind, which is really important. Then we play the 3 Squamata. If you flip summon, you can strike an opponent's monster. The main thing we use him for is just dumping Shaddolls out of the deck to help deck thin and send what you need. So if you send to the graveyard by a card effect, use a Foolish Burial. 3 Hedgehog. If it's flip, a lot of people are playing 2. I'm playing 3 because you do need to see your fusion spells. If it's flip summon, you can add a Shaddoll spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then if it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you can add a Shaddoll monster from your deck. So it's kind of like a reinforcement of the army in that sense. We're playing 2 Shaddoll Beasts because you really don't want to draw them, but the reason why we are playing 2 instead of 1 is because Wendy can, when she's flipped or she's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon him in face down defense position. So then you can get a flip effect to draw 2 or discard 1. But if he is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, he is like an Upstart Goblin. It helps you draw a card. So it just helps you continue plussing. Then we are playing 2 of the Nail Shaddoll Aria. You can flip her and target a banished Shaddoll monster and special summon in face up or face down defense position, which kind of combos off with the trap we have. And then if it's into the graveyard, you can target up to 3 cards in your opponent's grave and banish them. So the reason why I bumped her up from 1 to 2, because I was playing 1, is just the fact that a lot of decks need their graveyard. So like Eldritch and stuff like that. If you fusion something during their turn, you can hit their traps out of the grave. You can hit the Golden Lord out of the grave, which is just too good not to play. So we are playing 2. I think 3 would be cloggy, but 2 is just enough. Then we are playing the 1 Dragon, just because being able to pop a spell or trap is good, because when it's sent to the graveyard, it's an MST. Then when you flip it, it's a compulse, like a bounce something, so it does have a good flip effect as well. And we are playing other forms of spell and trap removal, or else I would be playing 2 of him. So that's it for the Shaddolls. Go on to the non-Shaddolls, some starter cards. We're playing 3 Mathematician. When he's normal summoned, he's a Foolish Burial. When he dies, you draw a card. And his attribute is important, being an Earth as well. Then we are playing the 1 Armageddon Knight, just because he dumps a dark monster from the deck. Only able to play 1 now. And then I am playing 3 AD Changer. That's kind of my tech for the deck. It's really good. You can remove him from playing the graveyard and change the battle position of a monster on the field. I know people do play like Juggler and Trick Clown. I don't play as many of the, this isn't as much of a combo variant as it is a control variant, being able to sit on Winda and use Construct to beat over your opponent's big monsters. So this kind of helps me more, because I'm not playing a lot of the big links, so this just helps like switch big monsters into defense positions so you can beat over them. Or sometimes you can switch them into attack for game, and it is your light attribute, so gives you bonuses by being sent to the grave while being a light for Construct. I'm going to the spells. Play 9 ways to bring out your fusion monsters, because that's how you win the game. 3 Shaddoll Fusion. The main thing with this is if your opponent controls a monster from the extra deck, you can send the materials from your deck to the grave to fusion summon, or you can use things in your hand or field as well. It's kind of like Poly. And then L Shaddoll Fusion. You can fusion summon a Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck using monster in your field for the fusion summon. So the bonus about this card is it's a quick play. So like if your opponent goes to beat over something, you can quick fuse it away, or you attack, they activate. I mean, this is old, like somebody activates like Mirror Force or like something like that. You can quick fuse into a Winda. Super cool. And then we play the 3 Super Poly, because not only does it can be used by taking your opponent's monsters, fusion summon your Shaddolls. You can also just use it to use your monsters to do it. You discard a card, fusion 1 fusion monster from your extra deck by using cards from either side of the field. What's really cool with this card in Shaddolls, that's cooler than any other deck, is like Construct and Winda and all of them take a certain attribute and 1 Shaddoll. So as long as you have a Shaddoll face up and your opponent has the attribute you need, you can use it to fusion summon your Shaddoll. So it's honestly like a super cool card to use in the deck, because like when we do get into the extra deck, you guys will see some of the cards that you can use against your opponent that this deck does better than any others. It actually has super poly targets for certain matchups where other decks don't. And then we have 3 Called by the Grave, just because you need to make sure that your Shaddoll fusions go off, so you don't want somebody to Ash your Shaddoll fusion. That really sucks. Or Ash your Construct. And then we are playing the 2 Cosmic Cyclone, which is why we're only playing 1 Dragon. I'm really good against Eldritch right now. It banishes the spell trap that you target, so they can't get the bonus in the grave. Then I am taking in 1 Emergency Teleport and 1 Reinforcement of the Army. I saw the Cali effect using this when he did a profile of Shaddolls, and I didn't think it was that good, and then I started testing it. It's actually pretty good. You can get the Wendy straight out of your deck if you didn't draw it, and then use it for your link summons, your fusion plays, whatever you need. And then the 1 Reinforcement of the Army is in there to thin out your deck and add your AD changer from deck to hand, because it is a warrior, so you can use it for fusioning. That's it for the spells. We'll go on to the traps. The only trap I play is 3 Shaddoll Incarnation. I was playing 2. I bumped it up to 3. This kind of helps you get back into games, as well as it comboing with Ariel, which is why I'm playing 3, because I bumped her up to 1. Or I bumped her up to 3. You target... sorry guys, I bumped her up by 1. You target 1 Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, special summon it face up or face down defense, which is really cool. Most time, you'll special summon face down if it's your normal ones, but it's just a Shaddoll monster, so all your fusions are still Shaddoll monsters. You can play like your construct straight from the grave with this card. And then you can banish it and activate one of these effects. You can change the face down defense position monster to face up defense, or face up attack position to face down, which is really cool. So the combo with this is use the Shaddoll Incarnation. You can use your you can set your Ariel, have this in the grave, then you can banish this and a Shaddoll monster to flip the Ariel face up, and then special summon the monster you banish with the Shaddoll Incarnation. So like, let's say I had a Construct in grave, and I used like Wendy to play a Winda, or whatever. The Wendy would special summon the Ariel, and then I can banish this in the Construct, flip summon the Ariel, and then special summon that Construct I banished to my side of the field, and then it would get its effect, which is really good. So, card just has a lot of uses. But yeah. That's it for the main. We'll go on to our extra deck. Just a second, guys. Make sure this is all organized for you. Alright. Starting out, we play 3 Shaddoll Construct. This is the main monster of the deck. It's 1 Shaddoll and 1 Light Monster, which is why you play the AD changers. When it battles a special monster, it destroys it automatically. And then when it's summoned, it's a full burial for any Shaddoll, so it can get your plays going. 3 Windows. It can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effect, which is really good about this card nowadays, especially against like Adamantipator or combo Eldritches. Each player can only special summon once per turn, so it is kind of like a summon limit in the form of a 2200 beat stick. It's a Shaddoll and 1 Dark, and there are a lot of decks that play Dark Monsters, so it's really good being able to super poly with it. 2 El Shaddoll Apkalone, really good. 1 Shaddoll, or it's 2 Shaddolls with different attributes, which is why the Wendy being a wind and the Ariel being a water is so important. It must be fusion first. It can't be destroyed by battle, and then if it was special summoned, you can target a physical card in the field and negates effects for the rest of the duel, which is really good. Then if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and then you got to discard a card. So it helps you with recursion. It helps turn off like floodgates or other cards, so you can get over them, as well as just being a shield. It can't be destroyed by battle, which is really good. Then we are playing 2 El Shaddoll Shekinaga, because 1, it's an Ur, so it's super poly target. For like, let's say you play like against Medolches, or like you try to stop an Adamantipator play before they synchro summon, which is why this guy is good. On top of it, it goes well with your Mathematicians. When a special monster activates effects, well, you have a shell card in your hand, you can quick effect, negate the activation, destroy that monster, and then send the Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard, which is cool. And then I believe it has the same effect as Construct and Winda. Yeah, whenever they're sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Shaddoll spell or trap and add to hand, which is really good. And it's got 3000 defense, and 2600 attack is nothing to scoff at as well. And then the last 2 we're playing is 1 El Shaddoll Grista and 1 El Shaddoll Anoyatilis. I can't really say that. But this takes 1 Shaddoll on a fire, 1 Shaddoll on a water, so they're basically there for like super poly targets. But the Grista's really good in a simplified game state. When your opponent would special summon a monster, you can discard a Shaddoll card from your hand and then negate the summon, which is really good, and destroy it. And then the water is new player can special summon monsters from the hand or graveyard using spell or trap effects. So you can turn off like the Adamantipator signs, or you can they can't special summon the Golden Lord with this face up. So really good. You can get this off of Ariel, but this can be good if you're playing against like Paleozoic frogs to get a totally awesome off the field. Or you can super poly their Halqifibrax, or Grissa is really good at playing against let me think, Salamangreats, because they use fires. So really good. I'm also side decking Starving Venom and Mud Dragon, just in case they're better for some matchups. So I do have other options as well. And then for links, we're playing the one Gravity Controller, because most of your deck is fusions. You can just get rid of one of them in the Extract Monster Zone, play him, and bounce something that's like really hard to get over, like a big link monster. We're playing the one Cross Sheep, because if you fusion summon while it's face up, then you can special summon a level 4 lower monster from your graveyard, so it can kind of help you just continue your combo plays. And then the one Construct, she's basically just a poly in herself. You can fuse some one Shaddoll monster from your extra deck, use monster in the field or your hand and bring it out. And then after that, you can summon one Shaddoll card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard and special summon this card, which is really cool. So she's kind of like recursion as well. So that's why I'm playing one. If she is in the grave, you can just bring her back and then extend even further by using her as a way to fusion summon. So it's really good. Yeah, guys, that's it for the deck. It's my pure Shaddoll deck, 15 card extra, 40 card main, because I believe that's the most consistent you can make it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. I'll see you.